What's up, everybody? JVille Sports here with my daily sports picks video. It is Friday night, October the 26th, right before college football Saturday. Hopefully you guys had a great Friday. Lots of college football today and yesterday, so it's a nice little teaser as we get into the big college football slate on Saturday. You can see the flames are behind me. That is because we had a perfect day. Today, I'll go ahead and recap what we did. We had a great Thursday, and we backed it up with an even better Friday overall. So again, first I do want to thank you guys so much for joining me today and each and every day like you guys always do. So this is going to be my college football edition of my daily sports picks video. So again, thank you guys for being here, and let's go ahead and get through it because the college football ones can be a little lengthy. So I'll go ahead and try to make this as quick as possible. So we'll start with the recap from last week, starting with our, we're going to start with our free play of the day that we had last week. This one was so close. I almost wrote this one off. So our free play from last week in college football was the over in the Ohio State and Purdue game. If you guys watched this game, most people did because it was an absolutely crazy game. Huge upset with Ohio State going down. But that first half, I don't remember what the first half score was, but it was such a low scoring game. And then in the second half, just a ton of points being scored, touchdown after touchdown, mostly by Purdue. But this one ended, I think it ended at 69. So 1 point over the total. We got kind of a bad number because it opened at 65.5 and went up, but it ended up squeaking over that. So we came away with the victory there with our free play of the day. So that brings our college football free play record to 6-3 on the year. So that's 66%. So we're off to an awesome start. We're pretty much about the midway point, heading towards the end of the season. So kind of at that halfway point, and we've had a great season so far. Like I said, 6-3 overall with our free plays. And I'm about to share our long shot bets. We're doing amazing there as well. Let's go ahead and talk about that. So for those of you that are new to the channel, what I do with college football and college basketball, which you'll see in a few weeks, there's just so many games that I love. There's so many games overall in college, and I have a ton of leans, a ton of games that I'm looking at, thinking about playing. Some I end up playing, some I don't. So just a way for me to give you guys out a bunch of picks, and it's just for me to put it all together into a parlay. I do actually put this parlay in myself. I only throw a little bit on it, as you'll see, and in hopes to hit a big one. Again, it's all my leans. I'm just putting them together. It's just kind of a way, for, like I said, for me to give you guys a bunch of picks, games that I'm looking at. And if you guys are looking at the same game, you know, and leaning the same way, then that gives you guys some confidence. If you're leaning a different way, you know, one of us is going to be wrong, so maybe it gives you a little bit of hesitation there. But like I said, it's just a fun way for me to give you guys a bunch of picks instead of just giving you guys a bunch of picks. So we'll go ahead and recap last week's long shot parlay, which is any parlay where the payout is $10,000 or more. We've gotten close a bunch of times. We had a very, very good effort last week, so let's run through it really quickly. This was week 8. And you can see our overall record after week 8, 44-27, 62%. These are all against the spread. So absolutely amazing if you were taking these, all of these picks straight by themselves. Because I don't recommend you actually putting in this long shot parlay, because it's definitely a long shot. But 62% overall, great. So anyways, we had Akron, Kent State under 52. Opened at 54, so we didn't get the best number, but it ended up staying under that. I think that game actually went into overtime as well, so it actually would have went way under that total. North Texas at UAB under 54.5. That was another winner. We had Florida International minus 23.5. I think they were playing Rice. Rice is absolutely terrible. They should have won this game by a lot more. They ended up winning by 19, so we missed that one by about 4 points. Coastal Carolina at UMass. I don't know why I even anything 70 and above, either go under or stay away. I don't know what I was thinking here. This actually moved up from when it opened at actually moved down. It was at 74.5, and yeah, smart people took the under there, and I don't even think this one made it to 40. Like, it went half that, so that was a huge loss there. Just a bad play by me. Virginia Duke under 45.5. This one didn't even come close, way under that. Easy winner there. Utah minus 6.5. That was another easy winner. They blew out, kind of a blowout, but that game was never in doubt against USC. USC is just not the same team on the road. And Mississippi State at LSU, another under. This one stayed well under the total, as in Mississippi State, and that offense is just a mess right now. They can't score against anybody, so that went way under due to Mississippi State not being able to score. And we had Oregon, Washington State over 67.5. Another one pushing 70 points. I thought this one was going to be a shootout. A lot of points scored. Actually, they kind of flip-flopped. Washington State scored a lot in the first half, but then they kind of took the foot off the gas, and Oregon kind of came back a little bit in the second half. But just overall, both teams it wasn't a back and forth game like expected, but huge upset there by Washington State at home, kind of expected. So that was a loss there. And then we had Nevada +3 on the road against Hawaii. Easy, they killed Hawaii. Hawaii got off to a super hot start, unexpectedly hot start, but they're coming back down to earth now. So again, we had 9 plays against the spread. We went 6-3, so a great week overall. 44-27, 62%, just absolutely amazing with our leans, basically our bets that I'm putting into the long shot parlay. So like I said, these are games that I'm looking at. Some of them I do play, some of them I don't. But like I said, overall for the year, off to a great start. So we're going to have another one here shortly. And so let's get to why I have the flames behind me. So yesterday, I gave out, if you guys saw my NBA video yesterday, I gave out a moneyline parlay. It was a 4-team moneyline parlay. We had the Golden State Warriors. Close game until the fourth quarter, and then Kevin Durant and the rest of that team absolutely went off. They almost scored 50 points in the fourth quarter alone, and the Golden State Warriors actually covered the double-digit spread, even though it was pretty much an even game heading into the fourth quarter. We had the Charlotte Hornets on a money line, easy win there. Toronto Raptors on the money line against Dallas, easy win there. New Orleans Pelicans against the Brooklyn Nets. I don't know if anybody was watching this game, if anybody has the NBA package or streams NBA some way, somehow, but this was a great finish. The Brooklyn Nets should have won this game. I usually try to stay away from the Brooklyn Nets because I do like this team. They're kind of a team that everybody thinks they suck, but they're actually a pretty decent team, and they should have won this game on the road. It's not often a bottom feeder East team goes out west and wins a game, but they actually should have won this game against the Pelicans. They kind of blew it at the end. 7 seconds left, and they were up by 1. And all they had to do was just hold on to the ball and wait to get fouled, which New Orleans, for some reason, wasn't fouling. They were trying to get to steal. Anyways, Brooklyn was just passing the ball around and ended up passing it out of bounds. And then Holiday came down, hit a bucket, 2 seconds left, and then yeah, Pelicans ended up winning that game. Thankfully for us, we'll take a win any way we can get it. The other 3 games were no doubters. So we hit that 14 moneyline parlay that I gave out as a free play in yesterday's NBA videos, and then here's the rest of the plays that I gave out over on the Patreon page. We had 3 straight bets. I mentioned the Warriors. They covered the 12 points. We also had the Milwaukee Bucks -2. That one was a blowout on the road against the T-Wolves. And we also had Boston College and college football. I saw a lot of people were on Miami Hurricanes. I was not. I loved Boston here. BC here at home. This is one of the games they look forward to. Red bandana game, +4. I love this one. And that one was a no-doubter. So 3 straight bets all coming through for us. We talked about the moneyline parlay that came through for us. And then I also gave out a 2-team 6-point teaser with BC +10. So easy. And then Utah UCLA over 48.5. And that one went over as well. Thanks to Utah, who scored most of those points. So there it is. Absolutely perfect day after a huge winning day on Thursday. So Thursday and Friday we had monster days, putting those two together. So that's what we're doing over on the Patreon side of things. If you're missing these types of plays, definitely check out my page. Really quickly, this is what it looks like. This is how to get there. Patreon.com/JVille Sports, or if you're familiar with Patreon, just go to Patreon.com. They do have a search box at the top of the screen somewhere. I think it's on the right hand side. Just type in JVille Sports. Very, very easy website to use. If you do have any questions, my contact information, my social media pages are all down below in the description of this video. And I'll also post a link to the website in the comment section. So that's what we're doing over there. I do plays in every single sport. No hockey yesterday, but I usually do hockey. We were 2-0 in hockey on Thursday, so I kind of pick my spots there. But hockey, MLB, NBA, college basketball when it comes out, college football, pretty much every single sport except for like soccer and golf. I do a little bit of UFC and boxing if I feel like that I have a good handicap on something. But so that's what I do over on the Patreon side of things. So if you're interested in more than just my free plays that I give out here on YouTube, definitely check out that page, because that's where they will be. And like I said, if you do have any questions, just let me know. So let's go ahead and move on, turn the page. As much as I'd love to look at those winning plays, let's move on and have some more winning plays. So we're going to start with this week's long shot parlay. We have another 9 plays. We will see what happened. Last week we had a lot of over and unders. We had what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 6 over unders, and only 2 of them missed. So we went 4 and 2 with the over unders. This week we have more sides, so we'll see what happens. So let's quickly run through this. Like I said, don't want to make this a super long video. It's already Friday night. We got games early in the morning, so let's get through this. Long shot bet week 9, Arizona State +3 against USC. So this one opened at +4 or -4 for USC. They're at home. Like I said, they play a lot better at home. So that's my hesitation here. But Arizona State, I'm in Arizona. I follow Arizona State pretty closely. Pretty much all of their wins were by single digits. Their record is not very good, but every single game they were close. Some of them they played better than the opponent. They just couldn't find a way to win. This is one game I think they're going to show up on the road and take care of business against USC. The main thing here is USC lost their starting quarterback. He's not going to play today, so they're starting a guy that I really don't know much about, to be honest. So this is kind of an unknown. He could be good. He might not be. I think it helps him that he's starting at home, definitely. But I'm going to take the points here with Arizona State. There was a lot of talk with Arizona State and their quarterback. They have a senior quarterback. He doesn't want this season to end in the way that it's ending right now. So they're looking to bounce back after that tough loss. They played during the week last week, so they had a couple extra days to prepare for this one. But like I said, Arizona State is motivated here. They want to finish the season strong, make a bowl game, stuff like that. So it's not a very good USC team. They do play better at home, but missing their quarterback, I give the slight edge to Arizona State. So I'll take the points here. Should be a close game either way. Louisiana, and this is a home dog. Home dogs have been doing very well if you can find the right matchup. And there's not a whole lot of separation between them and Arkansas State. Arkansas State has a little bit better quarterback, but overall the teams are pretty similar. So I'm going to take the points here and go with the home team. Should be motivated here at home to get the job done. So I'll take the +3 with Louisiana. Fresno State -25. This is a huge spread. This is against Hawaii. Hawaii is not the same team as we saw earlier in the year. They had some injuries, or they have some injuries, I should say. So they're traveling now. Fresno State, they look really, really good. That offense should be able to do whatever they want at home. -25 is a lot, but I'm going to take those, or I'm going to lay those points. -25 with Fresno. Penn State, Iowa, under 52. This one looks kind of low, but I'm still going to go under. Opened at 54.5, and it actually went under. So look, money coming in on the under. I'm going to take it as well. This is a really, really big game. I was on the road here This is a huge game for them because they can win the Big Ten if they can win some of these big games that they have left in the year. So I think they're going to play a little bit conservative here on the road, a little bit safe, a lot of running the ball, a lot of short passes, try to limit the mistakes because Penn State is definitely a dangerous team, can score a lot of points. So I think Iowa's going to play some good defense, try to control the clock, control the ball. And Penn State really hasn't been scoring like we thought they would overall. So I like this game to stay under the total because I think it's going to be a big game, kind of a playoff type of game, and those usually trend towards the under. This one, on the other hand, Kansas State, Oklahoma over 64. Oklahoma in that offense, not very many people can stop them. Kansas State definitely can't. Oklahoma here is at home. They're going to score a ton of points. If Kansas State can just score a little bit, kind of get into the low 20s, Oklahoma will do the rest. So I love this one to go over 64. Nevada plus 2.5. Nevada we had last week, so I'm double dipping here. They crushed Hawaii last week. Now they are at home against San Diego State. San Diego State, they have a really good record, but they haven't been impressive. Their offense is not very good. Their defense is, though. But Nevada's offense is really good. I think they're going to have a little bit extra here at home. So if they can put some points on the board, it's going to put a lot of pressure on San Diego State. And like I said, the offense is not very good. Earlier in the year, they lost their starting quarterback and their starting running back. They haven't really suffered from it. But like I said, they're not really blowing teams away with their offense. So like I said, if Nevada can score some points here, I like them at home to upset San Diego State. BYU -7. BYU coming off a bye, another team that crushed Hawaii their last time out, saying that a lot. And they play Northern Illinois here at home. I think BYU can start to build on that performance that they had their last time out, and I think Northern Illinois can't score. They're another team. Their offense is terrible. If BYU, again, if they can score some points, they're at home. They definitely should be able to. It's going to put a lot of pressure on Northern Iowa, and they won't be able to keep up. BYU -7, I like a lot. Oregon -9.5. This is tough. Not a great spot for Oregon. They had that tough game at Washington State. Now they have to travel to Arizona. Not the easiest place to play, but Arizona, that team is just a mess. They might get their quarterback back, Khalil Tate, but, I mean, he hasn't been himself this year. He's been pretty much banged up all year long. Not the same player as we saw last year. Oregon, if they can kind of shake off what happened their last time out, they should be able to crush Arizona even on the road. Stanford -3. This one's a tough one. They're playing that Washington State team. A lot of Pac-12 games I'm going with here, but it is a conference that I follow the most. But Stanford -3. So Washington State, huge win over Oregon. So I think they regress a little bit here. Stanford, sneaky home field advantage here. It's not easy to go to Stanford and beat them. That's why they're favored here. They have had trouble with Washington State in the past. That offense is just always so good. And Stanford, a little bit slow. But I think Stanford here can run the ball on Washington State, control the clock. Like I said, huge win by Washington State the last time out. And now they have to travel to Stanford. It's just not a great spot for them. So I like Stanford here at home, -3. So that's going to wrap up this week's long shot bet. So take a look at that. If you guys are leaning towards the same way on either of those, then there you go, we're on the same page. Otherwise, that's that. So we'll see how we do. Like I said, we're doing great with these picks so far this year, so we'll see how we do this week. Maybe we'll go 9 for 9 and get the 10 G's. So that's going to be this week's edition. I do want to give out one straight bet like I always do. And this week we're going to go with an underdog here. I actually picked a lot of underdogs with these and been very successful. So we're going with another home dog, and we're going with Northwestern +4. Historically in this matchup with Wisconsin, the underdog has usually been the right side. It's usually a close game. Whenever the home team is the underdog, it's the way to go. And a little extra thing here. Wisconsin, it looks like their quarterback is going to be out for this one. Let me see if there's a quick update. Hornibrook, yeah, he's downgraded to out. And looking at their backup, he has no experience this year. So it's been Hornibrook all year long. So now he has to pretty much make his first start this year on the road at Northwestern. Northwestern is a tough place to play as well, especially as when a ranked team goes to Northwestern. You see Northwestern always finds a way to upset these games. So I love Northwestern here. Even if they don't win, we have +4. We're getting some points here, so it could be a field goal game either way. But I do think Northwestern has a great chance to upset Wisconsin here. Don't be fooled. Northwestern looked like garbage last week against Rutgers. Probably could have even lost that game, which is sad because Rutgers is terrible. So don't let that fool you or deter you. Northwestern will come to play at home against Wisconsin. You can definitely count on that. Problem with them is they're a one-dimensional team. They cannot run the ball at all. So we'll see if Wisconsin can stop this passing game by Northwestern. But like I said, who knows what we're going to see from Wisconsin's quarterback that hasn't really played this year. So I'm going to go with Northwestern here at home +4. That's going to be this week's free play. And that's going to wrap up this week's college football video. Hopefully I upload this, or the upload of this goes a lot smoother than last week's attempt. But that's going to wrap up today's video. Hopefully it didn't go too long. Thank you guys so much for sticking around and joining me each and every day. I'm going to have my NFL video out sometime Saturday, hopefully sooner in the day than later. But stay tuned for my NFL video tomorrow. And that's going to wrap it up. So again, thank you guys so much. Good luck with whatever you guys decide to do. Check out the rest of my plays over on the Patreon page. And I will see you guys soon. Thank you.